Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. A lot of people have been asking me, hey, who won the Bo Horvat trade? Is it too long of a contract that the Islanders signed? Too much money? What's your thoughts on this? And I don't usually try to rush in to give my opinion on a deal like this one, because I get that other people are rushing in, they want the views, and I want more accurate. As you know, I'm a Canucks fan who is producing stuff that is realistic, that's honest, that's passionate, right? And I would rather be more accurate than just always having a passionate response to things, especially on a deal like this. The deal here was Bo Horvat. If you're living under a rock in New York or Vancouver or in the NHL world and you don't know about what's going on, Bo Horvat gets traded to the Islanders for forward, left winger actually, Anthony Beauvillier, and then a prospect. So it's player, prospect, and pick. Finnish 20-year-old Atu Ratu. By the way, I think it looks like it's spelled Ratti. It's supposed to be said Ratti, but I don't understand the Finnish, pronunciations of things. So it's Ratu, and then an unprotected first-round pick in 2023. Or if they don't give the pick to Vancouver now in this year, this is the year you want to get this pick, because apparently there's so many studs coming out. But we get an unprotected pick next year for the first round. So that is the key, I think, in the deal, is the pick. There's a lot of potential of that pick becoming something quite special. But let's talk about Ratu for a second. Was supposed to be a first round pick, didn't, and I think he got picked 52nd. A lot of people thought it was a massive steal. Islanders fans were pretty excited about this kid. He has an incredible shot. I'm telling you right now, like, fans, you're gonna love this kid. Apparently he's not the greatest skater. Warning, hello. He needs a guy like Bo Horvat to tell him, to show him how to skate, because Bo is incredible at that. He played so well at the World Juniors for the Finns, and man alive, this could be potentially a great trade, but I don't know yet. Like, the jury's out. It's going to take years to decide whether this deal is actually worth it. So Anthony Beauvillier, he is a left winger that he's already played on that top line with Pedersen and Kuzmenko, and that is actually pretty good. Now, Beauvillier, makes $4.1 million, and he hasn't really produced offensively like wanted to, but he's hard to play against. I think he's decent. I also think he's been playing in the Islanders organization, who's very defensive, and so hasn't blossomed to the way he could. So we'll see with him. Nobody's really talking about him, but being on that left wing, I love him better than a guy like Tanner Pearson, who's been injured, of course. Hope he's doing better. But he's a really, really solid left winger on that side for like a second line, or maybe sometimes filling in on that first line. So who wins this deal? Right now, it's got to be the Islanders, because the Islanders signed Bo Horvat. Now, Lou Lamoriello said something crazy, and I love these older GMs and presidents that say stuff like this. He says, all I can tell you is it's too long and too much money. That is an actual different video for another day, and this is my little hot take on it, okay? Because he's right. They are too long now. And it is a lot of money. They had to overpay for Bo. Bo was having a career year in Vancouver, and Vancouver, because they signed JT Miller, who just had a career year, they overpaid for him. But if you make a trade like this, you've got to sign him. He's going to go to free agency, and then you lost all those prospects and picks and player, and that was the key. The Islanders signing Bo long term. Love the player. Now, we in Vancouver love Bo because he's not only been here 9 years, but he was our captain. He was our heart and soul. He is a two-way player, plays the whole rink, and also a face-off monster. Having a career year in goals and being one of the top players in the NHL. Canucks owners were just Alvin, our GM, Jim Rutherford, they were like, you know what? We just overpaid someone for their career. We can't do it twice, and we can't afford, because the fact is, if we sign Bo to this kind of a deal, it would basically saying we aren't going to be going after Pettersson, and that is another video for another day. So you had to move one, couldn't trade JT Miller last year, so Bo was the next guy, which sucks, right? But it sucks. But we need a change. Now they're saying it's a retool that they're doing. A trade like this looks like a rebuild. Like, this is a rebuild, kind of getting picks, prospects, that kind of stuff. That's a rebuild trade, but they try to get something. It's better than the Johnny Gaudreau situation where he just walked out of town and Calgary didn't get anything. Now, lost his contract, which is good, and they ended up getting Kadri, which was an awesome move, but you didn't know that at the time. Kadri could have signed anywhere else, right? So here's the thing. The Bo Horvat deal, 8 years after this season it starts, right? 8.5 for the next 8 years. Now, JT Miller is 7 years at $8 million, okay? So here's the thing. Here's the breakdown. This is so important to know. Horvat has, in the first 4 years, a no trade clause in it, but in the final 4 years, it says that he has a modified no trade clause, okay, which means there's 16 teams on a no trade list that he determines. So this is something that a lot of people don't know. If you don't know that, you found that in Cap Friendly. So this is a very, very interesting trade. We don't know who won it yet. Right now, it's got to be the Islanders, as they're pairing Bo with Barzell on that top line, and it's either going to be Bailey or Anders Lee on that left side. That is a really good team, good first line. I mean, and I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. I hope they don't, but it'd be nice to see Bo in the playoffs. I want to see us get a pick this year. It'd be so great to get 2 picks in this year's draft. I'd love to know what you think. Post in the comments who you think won this trade. I know for me, I don't know. Vancouver has the potential of winning this deal as long as some of these, that pick and Beauvillier and Ratu, it depends how they pan out. It'll be very interesting to see. But thanks so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and always go Canucks, go!